This is something that I do when I feel like I have so many things that I need to think about and I don't know where to start or what to do, or it's causing me trouble when I am trying to make decisions about doing things and it's making me procrastinate. This is what I do. So much brown. It is just not me. The last time that we went to the ski hill, I said, screw anything that I need to do, like the daily stuff that I need to catch up on. I was like, I just want to go skiing, so I'm just going to go and I can deal with everything later. But now I'm in this major stress dilemma of, should I go skiing tomorrow or should I try to catch up on all these things tomorrow or like this weekend? And oh man, it's been such a, okay, today I did check off some things that I needed to do, but I feel like there's bigger things that I have been meaning to do that I need to plan more time for, and it's hard to just do in 10 minutes. Like, I need to clean out my old phone, like pass everything over to my computer, or not my computer, but my, oh my gosh, the same word that I could not think of the other time I talked about this. A flash drive thing, saving drive. What the heck is the word? I guess I could break it down. That's one thing. I can break it down. I can always break things down. I can try to find my hard drive, my external drive first. And then after that, I can plug it in, see if it even has space, blah, blah. Okay, I can break it down. But yeah, I got to the point tonight where I was just like, I need to make a list because this is crazy. Driving like so many things popping around in my head. So I wrote my list and then I started just doing. So I tell you, no matter how much I don't want to do something, at some point it just needs to get done. It just gets done. You just do it. I just do it. So one thing I didn't write on my list was cut kids' fingernails and toenails. But it was something that had to be done, and I was like, all week it was like, okay, all of our nails are getting so long. We need to cut them. Finally, I started with my own I didn't want to do anything on my list, so I started with cutting fingernails, which is like, it still had to get done, but it helped me get moving and get started on something, right? So then I sat down with my computer. Sorry, I keep rubbing my eyes. I'm so tired. It is almost midnight, but things to do. So the next thing I did was this big, beautiful whiteboard on Canva. Freaking love Canva. I use it for everything. Funny thing too, my oldest sister is she's like an early adopter in many, many different like technology things and whatnot and different whatever. So she started using Canva. She recommended Canva to me and I started using it when I worked for her. And that was like way before it got like popular. And so it's kind of cool to be part of the early adopters, but though I'm never an early adopter on my own. I shouldn't say never. For most things, I'm not an early adopter. Anyway, yeah, I've been using Canva for at least 10 years, I think. Pretty sure. That's crazy. So one big thing that has been on my mind and on my YouTube channel lately is trying to figure out a YouTube plan. And I really, really, really think that if I were to plan, it would relieve a lot of brain space for me. So I have random spots that I've written video ideas over the years. And so I took whatever I could find that was at my quick disposal and I put it into this whiteboard and just categorized them into groups. And it looks like I basically have 3 groups of ideas. And I thought I was way all over the place, but it turns out, yeah, I can actually group my videos into 3 buckets, which is what you want in a YouTube channel, basically. And they all sort of have to do with each other. This thing is really heavy, by the way. It's like kind of tiring. So I'll tell you my groups. I have the comfort zone, which is something I've talked about a lot. I really like the idea of it still. I like to talk about expanding your comfort zone. I like to expand my own comfort zone. I have some very comfort zone specific ideas. Then I also have this new idea that my sister came up with for me that is like the Stoic Finn / Stoicism, because yeah, like the Stoic Finn, and I could basically everything my channel and my videos and my ideas, everything, like, it would all stay the same. It's all the same. The only difference is that I'm sharing it through the lens of, like, calling myself a Stoic Finn, and so it just kind of, like, adds some humor to it, and it also gives a through line for all my videos, because I swear to you, I said this in the other video, it's just the fact that if you have a through line, if you have a main topic, it allows people to subscribe to you way easier. In fact, looking at my analytics, I think only about 11%, if I remember right, 11% in the last 28 days are returning viewers, and the rest are new viewers. So it's like, that's a huge sign that, like, people aren't returning because they don't know what to return for, basically. It's like they don't have a reason to return, so it just, like, my channel is finding new viewers, but I'm not getting people who are sticking around. So, okay, I basically have a lot of ideas around, well, now stoicism, because I know what it is and I know the 4 pillars, and I think that totally is how I live my life, or I strive to, I try to. And being a Stoic Finn is just funny because we kind of, or at least I do, I sort of I just shrug things off even when they're like, I'm trying to think of an example. To someone else, some of the things I do and I've done and I grew up with might seem super crazy, but to me, it's just like, that's my life, so it's normal. But also, like, being a Stoic Finn, I think you shrug things off even more so and just kind of downplay a lot of amazing things. So there's the other topic. And then the third one is something I have actively avoided talking about on my channel, is like so many more personal things, life stories, experiences, things that I've struggled with, growing up in a conservative culture. And it's just really hard because I don't want to hurt anybody that I'm still close with. That Oh, it's so hard. I don't even know how to say this right. It's just like, ooh, I just think of, there are obvious ways that I've broken out of the beliefs of what we grew up with. But even if those ways are obvious, it's still hard to, like, dive deep into them and actually talk about them, which is part of my struggle as a Stoic bin, again, is just avoiding confrontation and not talking about deep things a lot of times with people close to me. So that's like a eye opener right now in this moment. Like, okay, if that's really where I'm struggling, then that's what I should dive into. Oh my gosh, I am like, oh, physically reacting to that. Okay, that's something I need to work on. Okay. Okay. Thanks for that realization. Okay. 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 And there's other things too, right? Like having an intercultural marriage, spending time in Nicaragua in a different culture, learning to be a parent and to be a stay-at-home mom, and now being a working mom, and like all these different life experiences, right? That I think could be helpful for other people to learn from as well. As I'm learning and experiencing things, I can share what I'm learning and experiencing. And I think I just have to get better at sharing what I'm learning and how I'm going through things and whatnot. But the interesting thing about these 3 topics is that they're so intertwined, even still. I have all these life story and experiences topics, right? Which have a lot to do with me going out of my comfort zone and growing and learning. And then the third topic being the Stoic Finn is like, that's the whole, that is my story, that is my life, that is how I live. And so, yeah, it's like it's 3 buckets, but it's still 1 bucket. So I just need to figure out a way to express who I am, what I'm sharing, why this channel might be really great for you to subscribe to. And I overthink a lot, as far as this is now the 4th video, 4th day in a row. I don't know if you've noticed. I think I mentioned it to someone else and they're like, "Oh, really?" I didn't notice. Someone who watches all my videos. I get in my head about, "Oh, I don't wanna do just this boring sit down video several days in a row. I wanna switch it up. I wanna make it more interesting." But, people get used to things. They like what they like. They like what they're used to, and they like things because it's comfort. It's, you know, habit. It's regular. So I think I maybe need to get over that too. And I always want to plan. Not that I'm a huge planner, because I'm really not. I'm very spur of the moment. I'm always like, oh, well, who knows what's going to happen next week, you know? But I always want to know that I'm on the right path right from the beginning. Like, I want to know the end. I want to be like, okay, I have 365 video ideas planned out, you know? It's really hard for me to, I guess, specifically on my YouTube channel. I'm rethinking that because I guess what I do is I try to establish, okay, this is going to be my thing, like my topic, my niche, my whatever. This is how I'm going to do things. And then I go into that. And when I get to a certain point, I'm like, I just can't keep doing this same, like, I need to switch it up. I need to figure something out. I need to whatever. And I want to have like the 10-year plan of like, okay, I'm going to make money from this. Okay, I'm going to be able to sell this product. Okay, I'm going to be able to, sell this course. I'm going to be able to, it's just like way overthinking, like way beyond what I need to think. And I keep reminding myself, at least for this video challenge, I'm doing it to experiment, to learn, to see what works. And sometimes I just need to make these videos of spewing and talking through things, because the best way I do things sometimes is talking through it. That helps me process so much. Writing helps a lot, and talking to people or talking to you through the screen. So I'm really glad that I wrote these down. First of all, that I wrote my list, because it gets things out of my head onto paper. It just feels refreshing, like it's not bouncing around my head. Now I can actually look at this and say, okay, let me take an action. I'm glad I wrote down this whiteboard thing, because it made me realize literally that my 3 buckets are actually 1 bucket, and I'm doing all the same stuff. I literally just kind of think I need to put a label on it. So I think I'm just working through this right now in real time. My comfort zone, I've tried to focus on that previously, and I feel like it's kind of flopped in a way. I don't think it's enough personal or enough something. It's maybe too cliche or something. Expand your comfort zone. Put yourself in someone else's shoes, there's not any spice to it, I guess. And then like just saying, "Oh, I'm just going to share my life story and my experiences." That's like, why would somebody subscribe to that? If they have no idea, if you have no idea who I am, what I'm about, like me saying, "Oh, yeah, my life story, come join the roller coaster." That's not intriguing, right? It's like, who cares? You're just another white girl, or I don't know. But being the Stoic Finn, I feel like it adds some spice, it adds some interest, some intrigue, some like reason that someone might want to stick around or watch another video of like, oh, like who is this Stoic Finn? What does Stoic Finn mean? How does a Stoic Finn live? I think that's a lot more interesting. And you know what? I just am doubting myself and second guessing things like right off the bat, which is what I've done a lot with other things too. But I just think of like haters or somebody who, I know a lot of people subscribe to my YouTube channel because of my Nicaraguan content. And I know that I've lost a lot of subscribers since kind of gearing away from that. And I'm like, I have to remind myself it's fine. I've chosen to steer away from that. And I've also chosen to steer away from a lot of personal stuff. But I think I'm going to be sharing a lot of that at this point, because it's what I know. I think it's interesting. I think people can learn from what I've learned from, and it will help me grow as a person to talk about and process and like, yeah, just bring some of this stuff into the open that I've been unable to in the past. Oh, that was sort of a side tangent, so I kind of lost my train of whatever I was going originally. But so I get worried about like people saying, "Oh, you put Stoic Finn in every single video title, like that's so overkill," or like you're doing the same thing over and over. But plant channels, it probably says plant in every single title of a plant channel, or like a garden channel, it's going to say garden, 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 garden. that Stoicism channel that I found, Daily Stoic. It's literally called Daily Stoic on the channel name, and almost every video title says something about Stoic or Stoicism or philosopher, or that's what a niche is, right? That's what a niche is. So it's fine. It's fine. This is an experiment. I'm testing it out. I'm not saying like this is the thing, because it might not be. I might turn around in 3 days or 3 weeks or 3 months and say, let's try again. We're going to shift gears again. But I'm going to start with this. Okay? Thank you, sister. Thank you, all my sisters. Thank you, all my family. Thank you, parents. Thank you, God. Thank you. Like, oh, gosh. Honestly, though, my sisters they have gotten me through some serious tough times. I call my sisters all the time. Not as much anymore, which is really sad, because I used to talk to them whenever I'd be on a commute or like driving somewhere, and I like barely drive anymore because everything is so close. Or like if I drive to Walmart, which is like 15 minutes away, there's a dead spot halfway between, so it's like you can't just call and talk the whole time. But also 15 minutes isn't long enough to talk to your sister on the phone. I mean, sometimes that's what we have to do, but okay. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I mentioned when I was trying to decide about going to the ski hill, I think I've decided that tomorrow will be a day of catching up, crossing things off of this list. That's a good video idea for tomorrow. And the next day, I think Sunday, is going to be the ski hill day, because yeah, I feel like after a week of work, it's like you just need to catch up, or at least, I don't know. I need to, and then I can have fun on Sunday. So hope that helps. Write stuff down if you're struggling. Write stuff down or talk to someone. That's what has worked for me. Wow, I had a lot to say today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.